Hey world, it's Ben when I come back with another video. Fam, I was actually gonna piggyback on that last video because I just like I said, you know, this information on the wire, this disinformation, this misinformation, it's just really pathetic. I'm just gonna spend a little time more on this women of color issue. I just think it's amazing how, Oprah Winfrey and, you know, Beyonce and, Angela Bassett and Michelle Obama, Kamala Harris, how are they not offended by the notion that you have other ethnicities of women referring to themselves as women of color? I just think that's amazing because to me as an Afro-melanated man, it trips me out that when you talk about tall, dark, and handsome, that's not automatically associated with us, Afro-melanated men. How, when you see tall, dark, and handsome, that refers to any other group? I'm just saying. Now, you can be technical, and say, well, no, everybody has melanin, okay? Well, you know what? I can dig that. I'm very conscientious of that. But my point is, not everyone is identified by their melanin. You see the hypocrisy? So don't say you're a person of color when your identity isn't a person of color. Your identity is an ethnicity, either through, you're Hispanic, Asian, Caucasian, Muslim. I mean, that's what you identify yourself as. So don't flip the script and say, okay, no, we're people of color. Because see, people of color has been disenfranchised. People of color has, had this, such a negative history that how dare others want to now, after you have been, disrespected, disenfranchised, treated unfairly, now you want to say you're a person of color? Because see, if that's the case, then all these Central American and South American and Mexico, then all those, Afro-melanated people that's in your countries right now, then they shouldn't be in the lowest economic situation there. Everybody in Mexico, everybody in the Arab world, everybody in South America, then all you guys are people of color then, am I correct? Then so what are the Afro-melanated people that's in your region now that no one ever hears about? Okay? The Dominican Republicans. The Dominicans, wow, how they treated the dark ones, the people of color that are, the Afro-Hispanics. If you're a person of color, then how is it that you can be identified as, white? Or how is it that you only receive this type of identity when there's times of crisis? I just think that's so disingenuous, family. And I just wanted to really, piggyback on that before. I just think it's ridiculous. And for Michelle Obama and Oprah, y'all don't have a problem with that? Having Hispanics and Muslims, straight hair Muslims call themselves people of color when they don't get treated like people of color? Okay? So like I say, family, we didn't start this stuff. We never called ourselves colored or Negro, where in Spanish, Negro is black. We didn't do that. And so now we can't have others piggybacking on a group of people that have been disenfranchised so long in a country, in the world, that, you know what, when other groups feel like they've been mistreated, okay, we're people of color now. We want civil rights. You guys wasn't asking for civil rights or any rights back in the day. So don't put us in that, because we're not in that. Okay? This race issue is not something, and it's so funny, it's so disingenuous when black people are racist too. Black people can't be racist. Are you serious? Racism affects someone's political, social, and most importantly, economic status. Black people don't produce, manufacture, or trade in America. So how can we be racist? Because we're not affecting no other ethnicity's ability to grow economically. Okay? Don't be afraid to say these things, family. Don't suppress the way you really feel. Don't be a hypocrite. Ain't no such thing as a personality. A personality puts you in a box. You have a person tell you, oh, you have a good personality. Oh, you have a strong person. No. I have me. This. Third eye. And everything else is gravy. Don't try to figure me out. Okay? Speak up for what you feel is right. All right? And say, everybody's talking about this stuff, but no one's talking about what the blackout in New York. 5-hour blackout in New York, family. Now, I like to look at things logistically. Okay, that's 5 hours. So every hospital, every assisted living facility, every dialysis facility had backup generators to accommodate all those patients, 5 hours. All the babies that were delivered during that particular time frame, backup generators, huh? So family, let's keep things in perspective. Ask questions, all right? Don't listen to an intellectual. Listen to someone with intelligence, because the intellectual is only regurgitating information that he learned from somebody else. Intelligence comes from the heart. You dig? So family, guys, I just want to come back with a little food for thought. Like I said, thank you for joining the garden. I really appreciate the comments. I really appreciate the likes and dislikes. It's all love. In the meantime, between time, may the Most High Society bring you joy and being with us out of 5,000.